EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a very loud and a sold-out Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Denver Broncos and the Cincinnati Bengals. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. 30 base.
Ready? We got a tight left. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. Hey, check 20.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. He finds an opening past the 40, and he'll take it to the 43-yard line. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Back to Mixon on first down. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Set, 8, read.
Number 53, Mike 53. Keep it up, defense.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Well, this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off at the 49. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward, since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game, as it's first and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal.
3 down. 90 is the mic. And we heavy on the edges. 90 is the mic. I want that. Give it and go.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position. Now facing 3rd down. Back to throw here. Pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
The kick by McManus is good. Not the touchdown they wanted, but
that's a good opening. Sidelines, the defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoff and getting points on the board right away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. That's complete to John Ross. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Strip that ball.
And an alley to run. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he collapsed down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the second level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Number 53, Mike 53.
Now Bell. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Mixon trying to punch it in, and he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Bengals have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. They'll run on first down. Covered. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 24-yard line.
Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it 2nd down. The score on EA Sports. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there? Yeah, maybe had extra that extra emphasis on it. Got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
Eluding the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. And not a blitzer, but still able to get there from a strong safety position.
Yeah, I think that was a great example of what they call football IQ. Recognizing he was open, had a chance, and went ahead and got to the quarterback.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a first down as well.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of 2 there, second down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session, but coach, I was throwing to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though, such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
Looking to throw. He finds Beckham complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down, Denver.
Okay, ready. Pick it up, defense. Let's go. Watch time, watch time. Tight end right, tight end right. Ready, go.
They're going to look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Hassan Reddick gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Buying time to his left. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right? Not an actual player. Not every chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They're more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Bengals drive about to get going, and it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up.
Rush in, get it. Rush in.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
Watch the slant, watch the slant.
He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
15, line it.
49-yard line. Get that
Five.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Partner, I know we're in the era of the mobile quarterback, but there's still an element of surprise, and that position keeps the football. And what a nice gain on that play.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on Divisional Round Weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful Divisional Round Weekend. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Watch the curl, watch the curls. Check, 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 check. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Slam, slam, slam.
Hey! Get it ready!
He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith in there to bury him for a loss of 11. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. They'll drop the throw, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And Charles got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force an incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Zadarius Smith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now whistles here. And they might have been a little too fired up to go after the punter. Mark off the 5 yards, but still 4th down.
Well, they'll learn that lesson when they review it, but it didn't cost them.
Here's Sam Martin now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Now here's Ross. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So it's on to halftime in this AFC Divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional round. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 and the 34.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
53, Mike 53. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe.
Snap.
Don't let him breathe, defense.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Mike 53. 53. Mike. Come on, baby.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Caught here by Bell. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Flush to his right. And it's caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Check 9, check 9. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Punching it in from a yard away. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead.
Well, that was not quite the holy roller, partner. That was San Diego, Oakland. You might remember that in 1978, right? Kenny Stabler, forward fumble. Dave Casper falls on the end zone. Oakland beats him on the last play of the game. But that was a live football. And what a nice job he did to fall in the end zone. And yes, indeed, folks, that's a touchdown.
By the way, John Madden was coaching in that holy roller game, wasn't he?
He certainly was, and he wanted to make sure that the call went his team's way, was out on the field and was told, yes, it's a touchdown. Now get back on the sidelines.
That's it, baby. We're going to run.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll drop to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
On third down, it's Hubbard, and he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
Here we go. Set. Pace, let's go.
First down.
Tight into the right, tight into the right. Ready, go.
Back to throw now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Second and 10.
Let's get off the field.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Ross on the return. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to second and 4.
On the ready.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4.
At the 29-yard line.
Second and 4. Escaping the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
I'm on. Fight.
On play action, they'll throw.
53. Watch the pass.
Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's fourth. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. On that play, they held him to a short gain.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it. Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And he uncorks a beauty, best of the day. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Back-to-back good plays. Have them on the move on first down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
I'd sure love to offer some advice to the defensive coordinator, but his guys are just getting run over by an offense that's executing like a well-oiled machine.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll give it to Mixon. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Third down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they look for that final touchdown to salt this one away. Now back to throw. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to fight it. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. This quarterback now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Being chased out left. Now a desperation throw deep down, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. William Jackson with a pick. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
The quarterback on the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 29-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 8. Read.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
And, Charles, if you're the coach of the losing team, even though you made it to the playoffs and there's part of that that feels good, what do you say to your guys after?
I think you probably tell them how proud you are of them to make the effort to get to this game and then point them towards the future. If we're good enough to get here, all we've got to do is work harder, be better, and we can be good enough to go farther next season. How many times have we seen a team lose in the playoffs, and that girds them for a championship run in the future?
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.